So hopefully I've actually got the right thing open here. Yeah, I think I have. Yes, there we go. Now, as long as everything is actually set up right, that should be coming through. So, I suppose let's start this. Lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter. Tonight I am being joined by Chan, and hopefully we're going to entertain you. Hello there, Ghost. Thank you very much for dropping in. Chan, would you like to say hello?
I do.
And Chan, because of course, you know, where can we find you if anybody wants to find you online?
At Northern Custom Work
Fantastic. And
on Facebook.
yes, and what kind of things do you do on Northern Custom Works?
All the things.
All the things. All of the custom things.
Like non-custom as well. Just regular repairs.
Yes, but it's still when it's you doing it, it's custom. It's custom tailored when you do it.
I'll heavily advocate custom pieces, shall we say.
Yeah. Ben says Chan made sexy grips.
Yes. Well, I think they're in the chat, so you should be able to.
Yes. Give us a second. I'll see if I can actually pull them up. Right. Yes, Ben. I was just a little bit late on actually starting the stream today. But Chan, which chat did you share those in? Was it just the team chat?
Team chat, and I think in the live stream chat.
Right. Just quickly scrolling back through the team chat, but of course there is a lot of stuff shared. Is it the anchor grips?
Yes. Well,
right.
it's a traditional Viking Thor's hammer.
Ah, right, yeah. I just thought it was an anchor.
Well, that'll probably be because of Richie Wong's comment.
Yes. You know what it is? Now that I actually see them up close, it actually makes sense. Right.
Yeah.
Now,
the traditional Thor's hammer is more like I forget the type of hammer, but it's kind of got a point.
Yeah. Right.
Rather than just being like a mallet like they did in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to open that up in this window over here. I'm just trying to actually open things up and stuff. Now, hopefully, while I'm doing this, the stream isn't crashing. Right, so, yes, while I'm busy doing this, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that have joined in tonight, as I said on Monday, this week I haven't really done any prep work for tonight. So if you've come for the normal sort of regular week, the weekend game shoutouts, those won't be happening tonight unless anybody live actually wants to tell me about them, and in which case I will try and share them out. Other than that, though, oh damn, I didn't mean to close that. Other than that, though, I won't be giving games shoutouts this week. I was a little unsure as to if I was even going to be streaming this week, so as a result, I didn't really do much planning. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit ad hoc. I was just saying to Chan before we went live there that I may try and see if anybody wants to come on and actually talk live, and we might see how that goes. We'll do it a little bit like a call-in radio show. At least that's the plan. Right, I can go back over onto here now. Yep, of course this is freaking out. I'll close that window down, and hopefully that will help things stream a little bit more, a little bit better. Right, so yes, guys, I can see that that you're posting up in the chat that you know that the stream is being a little bit funky. Unfortunately, there isn't really all that much that I can do about this, other than just hope and pray. So anyway, we're going to go over onto the share screen, and these are the grips that Chan has made up recently. As he said, the traditional sort of Viking style Thor's hammer, was it?
Yes, yeah. At the request of Mr. Rex.
Yes. I'm loving the fact that you've got this engraver. I can see me asking for lots of things to be made.
Well, it takes minimal effort. To be
Mm.
honest, half the battle is getting just good quality
Yeah.
images.
Yes.
So a lot of the times, just sitting on
Mm.
various softwares to
Yeah.
render the image before it
Mm.
goes in. Unless you start out with a very good vector file
Yes.
in the first place, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Since we're talking about this, do you mind if I ask you a little bit about the process of actually doing one of these, or would you like to tell a little bit about the process of doing one of these, or is this sort of a card that you actually want to keep a little bit close to your chest, considering it is something that you're making?
The grips or the lasering, or the whole process?
I'm more than happy for you to tell her as much about the procedure as you want, as long as as long as people find it interesting, and as long as you're happy to share.
All right, fair enough. Well, basically, I start off with a cut blank,
Mm-hmm.
which a template of a 45 grip gets traced
Yes.
onto,
Mm-hmm.
and then it then gets profiled.
Mm-hmm.
So cut the shape out basically,
Yeah.
and then I've got a special jig.
Mm-hmm.
So I drill the two holes in, countersink them plenty deep, and then I
Yeah.
threw the blank onto the jig,
Mm-hmm.
and then do the shaping to get the nice curvature,
Yeah.
and then sand and process about 4 or 5 different grits of sanding right up to a 1200,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the ones pictured,
Yeah.
I've gone on with some French polish, and
Yeah.
then it goes straight in the laser.
Very nice. And just to clarify, you're literally making the blanks from scratch yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you're doing the whole process. It's not like you're just buying
Yes.
blanks in and then laser etching them or anything. You are actually doing the whole thing itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be making any money if I was buying.
I suppose
Buying.
not. No. Well, at
I
least
mean, it is a fair bit of labour, but
yes.
for it's worth it for the result. I've just finished another set.
Mm-hmm.
That's the striped. You've seen the ones on my blazer.
Yes. Yes.
With the Midland Prevail logo on. So
Very
the
nice.
ram
Yeah.
with the squirty holes for Steve Lowe's.
Right.
I don't know. I think is he the captain of Midland Prevail, or
I couldn't see.
head coach, or
Yeah.
He's a big part of Midland Prevail, put it that way.
Yeah.
And he wanted those for a Sovereign 3.
Very nice.
So once I get the packaging materials, Ben will be getting his with his false hammer on, and then
yeah. Ben has said Mjolnir is not an anchor. Yeah, I feel like I need to specifically mention that it is not an anchor. It is in fact Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. See, I just saw the thumbnail pop up in the chat, and when Richie Wong said it was an anchor, I saw blue grips and what appeared to be an anchor in a thumbnail, and thought, hey, cool, maybe some sailor wanted it.
Some sailor.
Hey, I don't judge your clients. Now, Chan, have you considered, because unfortunately, and I do think it's a bit of a shame, I know there's been a little bit of a resurgence lately, but generally 45 grips aren't used all that much in the paintball community anymore. Have you got any thoughts on doing? I believe that there's a good chance you'd be interested in doing E-blade grips. But what would be the chances of being things like of doing things like ego grips be? I realise that you couldn't do wraparound, but doing like one-sided ego grips or something.
Yeah, the potential's there.
Mhm.
It's just if people want them. If it's not something I currently have a template for,
Mhm.
like I've got somebody sending in 68 mag, like the classic single hole grips.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll be making a template from those and doing
Fantastic.
ones to fit his marker.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
but to be honest, with the resurgence of mechanical paintball,
Yes.
and obviously old school markers,
Mhm.
cockers, mags, which the majority take 45 grips,
Yes.
um, and also the Shocker CVO
Yeah.
um,
Does the Shocker
takes
CVO
45
actually?
grips.
The Shocker CVO actually takes 45 grips.
Yep.
Ah, that's very nice. That's a very nice old school touch on
Yeah.
such a modern marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the grips that came on the Blazer when I got it off Gassy
Yeah.
were some 45 grips that were on his CVO. And
Yeah.
then when he seen that I'd made my own wood grips and taken them off, he's like, "Can I have them back?"
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yes, not a problem." They weren't really my
Yeah.
thing. They were too flat.
Yeah.
Um,
Fair enough.
but
So, Chan, I have actually got a question about your new toy. um, would it be possible to engrave like pre-made rubber grips? You know, if you know the ones I'm talking about, they're like the sort of the classic where they're just a sort of a grippy panel with the wraparound bit on them. Could they be flattened out temporarily, and then could that actually be engraved?
laser perhaps. You should be able to laser something onto them
Yeah.
because it'll melt them.
Yeah.
But obviously, as long as the pulse isn't too strong, it shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
Engraving probably not, because obviously the rubber will just move away from the cutting tip as
I suppose yes.
it's going. Hence why rubber grips are injection molded and not machined from a block of rubber.
Yeah. You see, now I've got a secondary question though, because a lot of my markers have 45 grips on them, and I've said for a while that I've been interested in getting some sweetheart grips. Could you just like etch on like plexiglass sweetheart grips?
How? What do you mean?
Like,
to put a photo on, or just the
Yeah.
word "sweetheart grips"?
Oh no, you couldn't just. It wouldn't just be sweetheart grips. I mean, the whole point of sweetheart grips is that they've got somebody on them or behind them.
Yeah.
But in the instance of, I suppose, an engraved one, yeah, could you engrave a photo, or at least a picture, shall I say?
Yeah. Currently, I'm experimenting with doing the BZ Grizzlies logo.
Right.
Just on a bit of plywood.
Right.
But doing logo. I mean, the 45 grips I'm doing at the minute, team logos, and obviously the hammer. So it's the same sort of process.
Yes.
But obviously, is the more vector-ish, so the more plain black and white the image is, the more clean lines that are in there.
Yeah.
Is the better the result.
Yes.
But obviously the experiment I'm doing with the Grizzly logo is to see if the laser will get a gradient burn on the wood.
Yeah.
So some bits will be like a strong, like a solid black, and then some will be sort of a lighter brown.
All right.
Varying the power of the laser.
Yeah. If basically shading.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was trying to think of, but I couldn't think of the word.
Oh, it's all right. I constantly have mind blanks. But yes, I'm very intrigued to see how things go with with doing with like etching and engraving. I love that you've getting this tool because I think it's a cool addition to the community that it's a cool service that you're offering the community because I know there is people that are making custom products at the minute, which I think is fantastic. The more small businesses that are popping up in the paintball community, I think it's only going to promote the paintball community even more. It's going to make things better for us. And this though, it feels like you're kind of getting in at an early stage with this. Like I said, I don't see anybody else that's really doing this. There might be some, but I haven't seen that. And I just love the stuff that you're producing. And you've had this for how long now?
Since last, I'd say just under a week or about a week.
Yeah. So the thing is, if I was to have gotten something like this, I don't think I would even have had it set up yet. And the fact that
building the machine
Yeah.
and getting the software installed took maybe an hour.
Yeah. Yes, but come on.
And I was straight on carving and stuff.
Yeah. But
honestly, structurally, it's like the machine was ridiculously simple to put together.
Which
Grizzlies logo's getting there.
Yeah, are you actually doing that now?
Yeah, as I'm on screen. Yeah.
So that's actually etching away as we're going. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm surprised. You can't hear it.
No, I can't actually hear it, but I think that's probably because I'm assuming you may have pushed the talk on.
No.
Well, if you haven't, I'm surprised at that. And chances are people can probably actually hear my laptop going, but your microphone's only cutting in when you're actually speaking, so the machine isn't actually that loud then.
Oh.
Yeah. But first off, I just want to say hello there, Gaffs. Thank you very much for dropping in. It's a pleasure to see you. And next up, though, while we're still talking about Chan and his etching machine, again, there is fingerprints all over this. So I'm just going to give it a quick little. Do I need Windoline for plexiglass, or how do you clean plexiglass?
Just wash it with like.
Can I stick it in the dishwasher? Probably not. Right.
I don't know, because it is like window grade acrylic.
Yeah.
So if it can withstand the elements, I imagine. I mean, I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah. Right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show this off. Chan actually made this for me. I'll put it in front of me, and you can actually see it there. Hey, actually, can I get? Yeah. Yeah, Chan made this for me. At the weekend. Was it Saturday? Maybe it's Friday that you made this.
I can't actually remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you can actually see it when I put it in front of myself there. But yeah, I mean, I think this is great. And as I was saying on Monday's show, I really want to see if I can get, like, if I want to make up a stand or something for this to actually be sat on, and then preferably whenever I find out where I'm going to be doing streams from, once the baby comes, then wherever I'm doing streams from, I want to have this in the background lit up, because I'll try and show it off on this. I don't know how well this will actually show up in the light, but if I can just turn my torch on, this may, it doesn't show up fantastically in the light of the room here, but this does light up quite well. Yeah, but absolutely, I think this is fantastic. And if that is an indicator of what you can do, I think that's brilliant. Now, I know I said that there's fingerprints all over it, but yes, I suppose, as Chan says, I'll have to give it a wash. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Chris Varney has just said, Budor started from his garage. So if Budor can start from his garage, Chan, I don't see why you can't start from your bedroom. No, that's the thing. Every every small business has to start somewhere, and you've already made that that initial step of taking your first step on the path to starting a business, and you've got a lot of loyal, dedicated customers. You're doing fantastic.
It's not going too bad.
Yeah.
It's keeping us busy.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I do kind of worry about you at times though, because you are very busy. But as Chris says, Buddo started from his garage. I'm pretty sure the Gardner brothers did the same thing, and they became huge in paintball. For those that might not know, which I feel like most people will, the Gardner brothers were the people that started Smart Parts, which then later went on to become GOG. And I'm sure they started off in their garage as well, basically modifying other people's marker barrels, as I understand it. So again, even if you look at outside of our industry, and you look at stuff like Walt Disney started in the garage, Apple started in the garage,
Harley Davidson.
Yeah, Harley Davidson. All these huge, big, recognizable names started in their garages or like sheds and things like that, and became massive. I mean, I would love to know where Sir Alan Sugar originally started off. Did he start in a garage as well? Because I know he started off by building amplifiers. So yeah, could it have been that? Is there? That's a talking point. Is there something special about garages? All right. So, have you got anything else that you'd like to tell about this then, Shan?
Not that I can think of. Pretty much it.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit more experimenting to do with laser and markers before that becomes a service.
Mm-hmm.
So I've really good success with obviously flat-sided stuff like old cockers.
Yeah.
Not as good success with the with anything that's curved, because it is only a small laser.
Yeah.
And the big companies, I don't think they're going anymore, but Cohen Sport, that did my original Russian Legion G6 car.
Yeah.
That was a CO2 laser.
Right.
And it literally just burnt off all of the anodizing right to the raw material.
Yeah.
So the marker was a polished finish, red and blue. Well, obviously, when the laser's got that much power, it takes it off completely and then leaves a satin or like dust finish.
Yes.
Where the laser's been. Whereas the laser, the stuff I've been doing with my laser, hasn't been burning right to the bare aluminium, but it does burn into it.
Yeah.
So it looks like grey and white, but it's not actually taking the full anodizing off, which means the mark is still protected from the anodizing coating.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Because I've seen the, and obviously although had you actually done the engraving in person yet? When I did see the cocker body that you did a lot of engraving on, and it the etching, was it etching? Or no?
Well, I did etch the Empire Strikes Back
yes,
with it, and then I also lasered it into it next to it.
Yeah, that was it. You lasered the other side. Oh, it's but you've done that since, hadn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and that looks fantastic. The thing is, it's because it hasn't gone all the way through to the raw body underneath. It's really sort of subtle. It's not. It doesn't jump out right in your face, but it's a really nice sort of touch on that. But have you any idea how that would actually affect like, because obviously that's sort of like a dust black or a matte black. Have you any idea how that would affect other anodizing yet?
How do you mean other? I haven't as yet. I've just worked out what you mean.
Yeah.
I haven't as yet tested it on other anodizing. So
yeah.
I mean, eventually I will get there.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's it. I mean, it's still early days if you actually having access to that machine, so I can appreciate, it being early days. And Richie Wong says Buffalo Bills started in his basement. So let's maybe not go down that route, Chan, eh? Right. Artwood has, by the way, hello Artwood. Artwood has suggested something which I'm actually gonna do. But I'll have to turn the light off, so I'm gonna have to reach over here and just. Yeah, there we go. I'll turn that off. I actually did this on Monday night stream as well, and I think it kind of showed it off really well. So for anyone that may be joining now, this is. I better bring up OBS so I can actually see what's going on in real time. This is the logo that Chan did for me on plexiglass. If I just bounce that on there. There you go. Now, is it? It's not perfect there. You can't really see it that well. I'll bring it over. There we go. Great. There we go. So, I'm just trying to find the best place for that. Where we go? Yeah. You see, it's awkward because I'm getting reflection off the screen from the plexiglass. There we go. Every time I think I've got it, it moves. Yeah, that's about the best I can do. What's that?
it says, "Ooh, it's gone dark."
Yeah. Well, any second, because I realise that you're watching behind the time, you should actually see that there. Right. Now I'll just turn my light off. But yes, I absolutely love that, and I'm gonna have it propped up on a wall or something behind us with a light on it, and hopefully in the future. But won't be this room. There we go. Right, it's getting very warm in here. Yeah, that's it, Artwood. I'm very impressed with that. I wasn't expecting that when I turned up to go to the game on Saturday, and yeah, it was a very nice sort of little present from Mr. Channy Man. Yes, thank you very much, Chan.
You're welcome.
A long strip light wrapped around the whole thing may look amazing. I wonder, yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'm just wondering, how would you go about finishing it though? Because the LED strip lights you can buy for relatively cheap, and they're pretty flexible. And it's not exactly like a tight circle, so you could probably wrap those around quite well. But yeah, how would you go about finishing that off?
I would make a steel disc, like a ring, flat, to go onto the front, just thin.
Yeah.
And then like a steel strip, and then roll it so it makes a band.
Yeah.
So then essentially you make like a little pocket. So then you'd stick the strip lights around the inside.
Just lost you there, Chan. I'm just gonna leave the Discord server and leave the Discord chat, and I'll join back, and hopefully we'll get you back on there. Right, can you hear us, Mr. Channy Man? We seem to have lost the Channy Man. Hopefully we'll get him back in a minute. But from what I understood from what he was saying there, I actually quite like it. Now, I am kind of wondering if I do actually have I think, I'm not sure if it's an LED, but it's like a light strand type thing, or a light wire. I'm kind of wondering if I put that on, how much light that would actually sort of light it up. Because I mean, it would be a cheap and nasty option at the minute, but it would probably work. But I don't know how well it would work, and yeah, it's an option. I like having options, but I'm also now wondering if my pen pot that Chan made us a while back is still around.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you there now, Chan. is.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, Chan. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right, fantastic.
The internet went off on my end.
Ah, right. I thought like Discord was being stupid again. Oh yeah, I'm dropping stuff all over the place. Oh no, I'm still dropping stuff. Yeah. My house is in a period of transition at the moment. There is stuff everywhere with us trying to prepare. Right. I think that might be the screw out of a JT soft here. Right. So, now I've got that. Yeah, that actually kind of works. It's not the best option, but yeah. Yeah, there we go. It's reasonably well balanced as long as it doesn't get knocked.
What have you done?
Can you remember that that air tank that you cut in half for us, and been using it as a pen pot? The evil air tank that you sort of flattened the bottom a bit, cut the tank in half. Well,
made them into planters.
yeah, well, not that one. That was the one you cut lengthways for us. But
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it's just the evil tank. I've been using it as like a pen holder, and yeah, turns out that the plexiglass sort of the plexiglass logo thing stands reasonably well on that. Yeah. So there we go.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I could always actually one of the planter ones. I could always flip it over and then
mill a slot in it.
And then, well, maybe not a slot, but I could always just put a little flat on the bottom of the on the disc and then attach it to the stand.
Yeah, that would work. Probably making loads of noise through my microphone now because I'm trying to put stuff away. Right, there we go. Put that in there, put that in there. There we go. And now my wife will give us wrong later on for making a mess. Right. Yes. So yeah, but I do think that would probably work. So, and you were saying about putting like a stainless steel ring around it.
I'm trying to think of what comparable. Right, if you imagine a metal watch, like a bloke's watch, the face that turns, like the bit around the outside to set the time. Kind of like that. So like the perspex is set in with a metal like cap rim.
All right.
Right, better analogy. I don't know if you've got them in the kitchen. You probably have them in some. They might not be exactly the same, but like the steel tins you keep your like coffee, sugar, and tea in.
Yes. Yeah.
And the lid that slides over the outside. Like imagine the lid just with a disc cut out of it.
Yeah.
And then the perspex would sit in behind it.
Yes. Yeah, that yeah. Yeah, I get you. So kind of, well, just the outer ring with maybe a little bit of a lip to it, so that the plexiglass couldn't come to the front,
yes, yeah. Well, no, enough of a lip to cover up the little mistake that's on it.
What mistake?
It's a massive big like chunk in the corner.
What the sort of the little? It looks like I think it's an asterisk up in the top corner there. Well, I'm saying the corner.
No,
it's a corner of a disc.
It's the D out of Dexter's Paintball Lab.
Eh?
Yeah. Now you see it.
Yeah, I thought it was just
Yeah.
like an asterisk type bit. I thought it just adds to
Yeah,
it
but an asterisk to what?
for the logo. Hey, it doesn't look bad. It looks good.
No, I wasn't happy with it.
Hey, I'm happy with it. I'm the customer and I'm happy. Yeah, I do. I absolutely, I love that. But yeah, right. So Ben has asked, have we seen the CS2 Pro? No, I haven't. The only thing I've really seen so far come from World Cup is, forgive us if it is actually the same marker, but I've seen HK put up a marker. It's like some blue and pink thing, which looks very HK styled.
Yeah, it's a custom milled CS2.
Yeah, and it does look
So it's
nice.
basically like the infamous version, but
Yeah.
instead of a skull on the back, it's got an alien.
Yeah. See, I couldn't work out what
That's
it
why
was
it's
on the
called
back.
The Intruder.
It's an alien intruder, right? But yeah, I couldn't actually work out what it was.
Invader. Sorry.
Alien invader. And now that you're saying alien invader, it kind of, I suppose, does have like the kind of crossbones type thing, doesn't it? Like the cross arms of a space invader. But yeah, it looked very nice, and I'm sure that it will shoot very nice, but probably not something that I would be putting any money into anytime soon. The other thing that I did see, and I'm going to have to see if I can actually find a link to it, or at least find the picture of it. I did share this out on my Facebook page. I'm not sure if I shared the HK thing. But the only other thing that I've seen from it, and again, I think it was Richie Wong that. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't Richie Wong. It was Ben that shared this to me. Well, not shared it to me, but shared it to our group chat. It was the limited edition. Was it Powerhouse Twister regulator for your air tank? And it apparently even comes with a little Inception store case. Inception Designs store case. Sorry. It looks kind of nice. Now, I think this is probably going to be bought up by people that are full on, gear whores. But it's probably not something that I would buy myself. It does look very nice, and I'm sure it performs amazingly. But, yeah, I can't really. I have regs on my bottles. I can't justify buying another one. But yes, I'm sure that it works amazingly. But yes, that's all I've seen from World Cup so far, really. So yeah, has anybody else actually seen anything that they thought looked good? Other than obviously Ben, you must have seen the CS2 Pro, but I haven't. Although I'm saying that, was it the CS2 Pro that was accidentally revealed by Ansgear? Somebody shared. Yeah, it was. I saw that somebody shared up a post on Ansgear. I think it was yesterday, where apparently Ansgear already had it listed up on their shop. Now, I don't think they actually had any photos at the time when I saw the post go up, but they had listed it up for sale, which people then noticed and immediately shared round. Which I must say, like, if you're trying to hold back things for then release them at a certain time, that must have been a little bit annoying for Eclipse. But I don't know the inner workings. It may have all been one giant conspiracy.
Yeah, to be honest, it might have been a marketing ploy.
Yeah, because it's going to draw eyes to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hence, we are talking about it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Yeah. Right then. So yeah, Chan, have you got anything else that you'd like to talk about while we're by ourselves?
Trying to think. Nothing is springing to mind.
Fair enough. Right then, in that case, would anybody be interested in actually coming on air with me and Chan, and we can sit and have a conversation. We can talk about. I'll like I said earlier on, I'll try and do it a little bit like a radio talk show. We'll get somebody on if anybody actually wants to join. We're going to sit and have a bit of a conversation about anything that they want to talk about in particular. If there's any subjects that they want to broach towards me or Chan, and yeah, we'll have a conversation. We'll talk things through. Now, hopefully, that was one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to start up doing the live streams in the first place, so that people can get together, we can have conversations, and try and maybe see if we could think of ways that we can improve our community, have conversations that we sort of want to have, that sort of thing. But yes, this may or may not work. I realize I only actually have 8 people in the chat at the moment, but you never know. Somebody might feel talkative. Richie Wong says no. Well, Richie Wong, that is no surprise that that's your response. But you are more than welcome to come on if you want to. And it's up 9 viewers now. While we are sitting there, just sitting talking, and we've kind of I'm trying to fill dead air a little bit. I don't know if many of you actually use How Big Is Paintball on Facebook, but I think at the minute they must have something set to where things can only be posted up by either approved people or admin approval, and everything that I post takes like 2 days to get approval. It was only this morning that Albert sharing the Monday night's technical problem broadcast actually got approved on How Big Is Paintball. So it's only like 2 days late. But such is life, eh? Ben says he's not fit for human consumption. But Ben, we're all just animals. Some, I will say that, obviously, I keep getting told that some of us are more orangutan than others, but, But as a side note...
For the quietness, I'm just trying to take some good photos.
No worries.
The new grips that have just come up.
Are they complete already?
Sorry?
Are they complete already, are they?
The Midland Prevail ones I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Well, if you want, send them across in a message, and I'm more than happy to post them up on the stream.
I don't.
Or there's something that's being kept, that they're able to be talked about, but not shown off yet.
No. To go up, I'm just gonna send them to the guy whose grips they are.
Yeah.
Just so he's actually seen them before everybody else sees them before he does.
That's totally understandable. Yes. I must say, if I was the recipient, I would have appreciated that. Martello says, yes, it takes ages for anything to get approved. Part of it is the time delay due to American admin. Well, that's just no good. If it's due to American admins, then they need to get some admins that aren't American, and I do not want that responsibility. And Paul says, nearly as late as me then. Right, Chris Varney, you're saying yes. Can you tell us what that that yes is in reference to? Is that yes to the invite, or is that yes to a topic? Or a conversation point?
Just yes.
Yes, it could be just yes. I'm not sure if my stream has conked out there. Nope, it's back up and running. Right. So, if anybody is interested in joining the chat, there is a link in the description that should take you to my Discord server. It's the Respawn Discord server. I say my Discord server, but it was never started up as to be my Discord server. It was only ever started up to be a server that paintballers could get together and chat on, where it wasn't meant to be tied to one person as an individual or anything like that. It was just meant to be. I started up, called it the Respawn because I wanted it to be kind of like a virtual respawn. Was it the Respawn? Yeah. Yes, it was the Respawn. I wanted it to be kind of like a virtual respawn. You know, somewhere where you could go back to in between games and just sit and have a conversation. And the way I advertised it when I first started up was I wanted it to be a bit like a virtual coffee shop. You know, you can go in, or even a virtual bar. You could go in, you could sit and have a drink, and you could just read what was on offer there. Now, there isn't much there to read at the moment, but you could sit and have a bit, read of whatever material was on offer, or you could even you could go and join in conversations. And that's what I kind of wanted to be. So yes, it's not my Discord server, it is the community's Discord server. I just happen to be the person that started it. And because I started it, then obviously I have set up chat rooms on there where that, like admin chat rooms and stuff. But yes. So right, on my secondary screen here, I've had a message pop up, which it's not a message to me. Since I showed off one of PB Hydro's products a little while ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago now. PB Hydro has just posted up an announcement saying PB Hydro will no longer be offering to import films from the USA. Unfortunately, the quality of the film is quite poor, leading to difficulties in my dip process. This is especially prevalent with any sharp edges, or where any sharp edges are present. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my own words. Easy for me to blame the film, I guess, from your point of view, but 5 out of 6 attempts at a dip with film from the USA with poor results, i.e. the film breaking on edges and leaving large or numerous voids in the pattern. One dip using one of his UK suppliers, and it's come out spot on. Proof is in the pudding, as they say. So there you go, guys. A quick little heads up message from PB Hydro in case you haven't actually already seen it yourselves. And if you are interested, you can find them at PB Hydro on Facebook. Right. So there we go.
Right, send these pictures to you.
Right. Have you gotten a message back, have you?
No, not yet, but I've sent another message, so
right.
It is there.
Paul, I've just seen the message that you sent us, and that is very cool. I'm going to forward that on to Chan because I think he'll appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
If my laptop will actually do what it's meant to do, and send. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right. So we've got this one first. And yeah, they're pretty cool. Right. Yes, Gussie, I am putting in the effort at the moment. And thank you very much for joining. Right, Chan, are you happy for these to go up on the stream, or do you want them?
Yes, he's literally just replied now, and he's very happy with them. So
right.
Yes.
Fantastic. In that case, then we shall go straight over to posting these on the live stream.
What's this? Prairie Rose Panthers? Oh, like an acrylic thing.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming it's just like the lighting style, you know, having the lighting coming up underneath and stuff. Right then. So they need to go over onto the share stream. Share stream. It's past Spooktober. There should be no screaming as of this point. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Midland Prevail. Is it Midland Prevail? Yes, Midland Prevail.
Yes.
Custom grips made by the Chandy Man himself. Is it like a demon face?
It's like a ram's head.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, they look really cool. I think the colours go really well with them.
Yeah, I mean, like it's nice that it's just an indent in and it's not sort of striking in your face. I hate Facebook. You take a mint like super HD 4K photo and
Yeah.
then
And
Facebook
yeah.
is like, I'm just looking at the one you've put up. Facebook's like, no, fuck you can have 480 pixels.
Yeah. Well, that may also be that my laptop just producing potatoes.
No, I know. Facebook, like,
yeah,
it
kills
destroys
quality.
the image quality to send them online.
Yeah. No, I do think they look really tidy. Now, I would think they would look better in person, but yes, you can still see what they are, and you can still see that they look good.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, I'm think if I'm gonna do any more lasered grips with this material, I'm gonna suggest that the people plump for lighter colours.
Yeah.
Rather than very deep colours like that.
Yeah.
Because there is some nice like electric blue and orange ones that I quite fancy, but I don't know what I'd put them on. I might just do them and laser a cool pattern on them and then just put them up for sale.
Yeah. Well, how exactly are you doing the whole sort of offering blanks at the moment? Are you ordering in sort of blanks to? Are you ordering blank material to what people are asking for, or you're sort of just ordering stuff in and then
it's all the order.
Right.
You tell me what color you want, and that's what I get hold of.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you.
Yeah, unless it's not like the like those Midland Prevail ones that you've just seen.
Yeah.
And it's more like the more like Ben's grips with the with modern yarn.
Yeah.
Which is a black that I do myself, and then it's hand dyed.
Yeah.
To which I can hand dye most colours.
Right.
Which actually I've got to do a purple set next for somebody.
How many are you ordering in the dye, or do you already actually have the dye to hand?
Oh, I've already got all the dyes.
Why do you already have a massive collection of dyes?
I like woodwork.
Fair enough. Do you mind us asking then as well? If you've dyed Ben's grips, what's the wood that you've used for them? I'm just curious. I don't. It shouldn't really matter, but. I'm not sure if we lost Chan. Anyway, we'll see where Chan's gone. Richie Wong. I'm assuming that this is responding to Gassy. I know if he cancelled tonight, then Martello could have jumped in with a much better quality live stream. Well, Martello is welcome to do live streams as well. It's not a competition. But please don't take my viewers away. Yeah. Gassy. She didn't order you a clutch. You don't think you dropped enough hints? Well, I noticed the hints. I'm not going to say I took the hints because, well, hell, I can't afford to buy you one. But yeah, I think she probably took the hint or noticed the hints, mate. I think you are onto a losser there. But it did look really nice. Hi, you're back.
I'm back.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi at my parents is total.
Yeah, just fighting on with it.
Like it just drops in and out just when it wants.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so
So
you
no,
were saying.
it's a good job you're not like a hardcore online gamer.
Yeah.
I was just saying, do you know what the wood was that you actually used for making Ben's grips?
That was
Mm-hmm.
off the top of my head, swamp ash.
Sorry, what was that? I heard
Swamp ash.
swamp ash. Very nice. Yes.
Yes, a lot of the material I keep is quite sort of fancy, exotic stuff.
Mm. Stuff that's a little bit more unusual.
Yeah, just because you get some really nice finishes with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is a certain amount of argument to be made as well. If you're doing custom work, why do custom work on something common?
True.
Why not make something uncommon even more uncommon?
But you can get really good results with like cheap. Well, I say cheap. It is fairly cheap. Like cheap wood. Like
Yeah.
I do a lot of work with stuff with plywood, but like
Yeah.
good quality hardwood ply, like A grade marine plywood.
Yeah.
And you get some fantastic results out of those.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, I do think a certain amount of, somebody that's good at what they do can make something amazing out of something that isn't necessarily considered to be amazing in the first place. But somebody that's not very good at what they do can take something that's amazing to start with and just make it a mess.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Yeah. It's along the reversal of the saying, a bad workman blames his tools. A good workman can, even with something that's not considered to be bad, can still make something amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Getting very very philosophical. I'm philosophizing. I can't think of the word.
My favorite one is well, it doesn't really matter which way around it is, but good work ain't cheap and cheap work ain't good.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. It's the it's just made us think of the Bill Burr video. Is it Bill Burr? Bill Bailey. Bill Bailey. Where it's the when somebody says that they can do the job for cheaper, and it's him playing the horns to Metallica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see that was good.
Yeah, that was good, but shouldn't have been. Yeah. And on that note, talking about sort of musical, sort of fun things, have you seen
musical fun things?
Yes. Have you seen the guy that plays the tiny drum kit in his bathroom?
I can't say I have. No.
It is amazing. He has an entire YouTube. He has an entire YouTube channel where he just does drum covers, playing a tiny drum kit in his bathroom. And I'm talking, this is a tiny drum kit, not like a child's drum kit and a grown man playing it. I'm talking like those skateboards that used to get, like the fingerboards. It's like the drum kit equivalent of a fingerboard.
Right.
And that's just good fun to watch. Yeah. So there you go. Now you know that there's a guy on YouTube that just plays the drums on a tiny drum kit.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think which one is it. I think it was Chop Suey he did a cover of that I saw recently. And I'm not sure when he did the cover of it, but that was one that I saw of his recently. Yeah. It was brilliant. What's it called? You know what it is? I'm that good. I'm that good at you guys. I will actually go and see if I can find this YouTube channel. I can't show his videos because then I'll get done for copyright or something like that, But I will see if I can find the the YouTube channel name. Right. His YouTube channel is called Miniature Drums. Would never have seen that coming. Yeah, go check him out. He has, he's what, I think 4,000 subs. Yeah, I think it's about 4,000 subscribers. But his miniature drums system of a down toxicity with miniature drums video has 2.6 million views.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh god. Yep, Ben says miniature drums, he's found it. There you go, you are welcome, Ben. Oh, right. So, I was literally just about to say something about, I was about to talk about something, and it's totally gone. Yeah, that has totally slipped my mind. Nope, it's gone. For those that may be interested, that can remember, a couple of weeks, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, I was working on a hopper that it was I think it's around here somewhere. Yeah, it was an Extreme Rage Revy style hopper. Now I haven't got a battery in this, so I can't actually show it. Oh no, I've actually got a battery here, but I actually got it working. Can't remember if I actually showed this on air or if I did it off screen or what happened. But either way, it is actually working. Paul says he's watching Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. There we go. Guys, since if you enjoy his content, do me a favour and say that you ended up there through me. You know, just plug my channel while you're on his, you know. Right, I can't plug this in. Right. Now this is something else, Chan. You know, since you already make everything for us and do everything for us, I need a new battery door for me Revy.
All right.
But yeah. Oh, this battery's dying, so it's a bit shit. But yeah, look, it actually works. Works.
Does the battery door sit? Does it sit? What am I trying to say? Does it sit underneath?
If you look on the webcam, you should be able to see in a second there. It's like a slot in and slot out door.
Yes, but does it sit on the under?
Yes, it's on the underside. Yeah, on the underside.
I can do a design in 3D printer one that's got a cotton balls hanging down.
If you wanted to, yes, indeed, you could.
But you don't want that, right?
Well, actually, I wouldn't say no to that because I think that would actually be hilarious. But I'm also afraid that like there's a possibility that my balls might get blown off.
Yeah, maybe.
But yes, I was very proud of myself that I managed to fix that. All it took was just having to solder a new battery harness on, and having to open up the motor, open up the casing where the motor drives the gears, and replace an O-ring. And now that hopper works absolutely fine. Fake Revy, I need a real one. Paul, I do actually have. I have got a real Revy. I've got a standard Revy, but then I do have. I've got a couple of the new fake ones, like the Empire Revolution ones, and they're horrible. I believe that they do actually work, but I'm torn between trying to sell them as spares or repair and just putting them in the bin because I don't like them. Yes. View Loader 2000 Power Series. Now I'm assuming that this was originally designed to take 2 batteries, or possibly even 3 batteries. I don't know, but yeah, this one, it probably just needs the same sort of thing done to it as the other one. It probably just needs a new terminal. Just probably needs a new harness soldered on, but yeah, I just don't like it. Yeah, it's just a bit. But yeah, I do. So I do have a Revy, a real Revy. To be fair, actually, well, now that I'm saying that, I did have two of the. Well, in fact, I've still got them. I've got two of the coloured shell Revies. I've got a red one and I've got a blue one, which Richie Wong gave us a while back. But I never really use full-size hoppers enough to justify bringing them out on the field that often. So generally, I'll bring stuff out like that if I plan on using it. It's not something I would take to the field with us every single time I went. Ben, but I still don't have a dog.
The Extreme Rage Revy copy does actually seem to be kind of better than a normal Revy.
Yeah, well, that's it. For those that may not know, or those that may have... Because I realise that there's some of you that may not have even ever seen a Revy before. But I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on camera. I'll have to bring up OBS so that I can actually see what you can see. If you look inside there... Now, I realise that that is actually very dark, and the lid's just shut itself. But you can see that that is a sort of a very high paddle system that's in there. The paddle system, you know, but the Revy loaders were all agitators, so they're not actually force feeds. They don't force balls down the feeds, down the feed neck. They are just agitators. So they made the balls jiggle around inside. So you've got that. That is the JT Revolution. Sorry, the View Loader Revolution, not the JT Revolution. Right. Now with those, I've heard of people. I've heard of people when they've been using the ones with the paddles in them. With a paddle, if the balls jam, then and you're using brittle paint, then the paddles can actually just burst your paint. That's maybe an extreme situation with really bad paint or something like that, but it's possible. However, with the Extreme Rage system, which I'll just get this one back out. This one, again, I'm going to use OBS here so I can actually see what you guys can see. This is actually an agitated sort of vortex feed. So there's not actually anything that is putting any pressure on the balls. It is still an agitated loader, but yeah, it's just going to jiggle what's going down into the feed neck as opposed to forcing stuff around. That, to me, looks to be the superior feed system. But only time and use will actually tell. I would imagine that was probably brought out years after the original JT Revolution. I keep saying JT. I would imagine that this one was probably brought out a good while after the View Loader Revies. But that, to me, definitely looks like a better system. Christine Messon says the Power Series just took one 9-volt battery. There was an upgrade, which was the Shredder, which took a 9-volt. Right. I wonder if that's what that is actually supposed to be then. Yeah, it is. It's the upgrade that it's the Shredder upgrade that's on it, which I don't know if you guys can see that there. It is pretty manky, to be honest, and I don't know how well that is actually coming through. But yeah, that's the Shredder adapter or Shredder modification thing. But I don't actually know what it did. So Paul says 2 batteries as they tended to burn motors out. Right. Far too much talk of jiggling balls being forced down your necks. Well, you know, it is paintball. Christine Messon says the Power Series had only a paddle style in the middle. The Shredder had something like a high-walled cross in them. The Revy had some flat cross paddle thing in it. Yeah, that would be about consistent with the other Revy that I've got. The standard Revy that I've got, which is somewhere at the moment. I don't know where. That's only got the normal flat sort of paddle in it. Whereas, yeah, this one, the Power Series, You're saying the shredder had a high wall crossing them. Yeah, that's about consistent with that there. Again, I realise that this lighting probably isn't the best. I don't know how well you can see that. I might actually have to just use my phone. Right, so there, I'll try that. Yeah, that's reasonably good there. So if you should be able to see that. Yeah, it's got the quite high walled sort of paddle. But surely, I mean, that's going to take that's going to reduce the amount of space that you've got in your hopper by maybe 3 or 4 paintballs. Richie Wong says, bring back V-shaped weenie-fed hoppers. Do you mean the wedge hoppers, Richie? Paul says, Richie Fishmouth feeds for the win. I'm not sure what they are. Are they the sort of the original like Chinese finger trap style? Or like the where they've got like the phantom feed gate sort of thing, or like the 2 prongs? And Richie says like the JT slam pods. I wonder why the JT slam pods never took off. You know, I love innovation in paintball. I love when people try and bring out something new, but those slam pods. I wasn't. I don't think I was even playing when people tried to when they were attempted to be brought out, but they just. Ugh. Yeah, the slam pods just didn't seem like a good idea. But you know, still. And Christy Messon says, yes, that is a shredder, so thank you very much. How much is it worth? Richie Wong, wouldn't those, the drain pipe V-shaped things, wouldn't they be classed, were they not classed as whalers? I did actually have one of those at one point. Now, it was a homemade dealie, but yeah, they must have been able to hold a fair amount of paint in them. I should have gave one to Chan. I'm sure he could have turned it into a force feed somehow. I don't know if you're still there or not, but thank you for the subscribe, Kingfisher. Right. While I'm bouncing around, I suppose. About now is the perfect time to have a word from our sponsor of the day. So actually, I just want to. I need to. Yes.
You have a sponsor?
Yes, we do have a sponsor for today's live show. I'll just flick over onto. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is good there. Right? Yes. You already know what's coming, don't you, Chan?
No.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, a word from today's sponsor, which is me. Yes, I have remade the stock class. The Magfed is just stock class in drag. Change my mind t-shirt. I realise that there may be some Magfed players in the chat. This is just a gentle ribbon. There is a t-shirt that has been redone for you guys. I have significantly reduced the price on all of these. They are barely above what it actually would cost. The pricing is barely above what it actually costs to make the t-shirt. I've dropped the price that much. And there isn't just the t-shirts. I do actually have a few other things that are available in this. There is, of course, if I can find it, there is the option of, if I click on here, there is a premium pullover hoodie, a comfort tee, women's classic tees, women's comfort tees, and the classic tank top. So if you like playing in short sleeves, this isn't maybe the time of year for it, but there is the tank top available. The premium hoodie, I went for the premium hoodie over the original hoodie because I thought the premium hoodie just looked better. But that one is a lot more expensive. Obviously the prices differ slightly between the different products. However, I've tried to keep everything as low as I can. so that you start getting as good a deal as you can on it. For some reason, on these t-shirts, on the basic image there on the left hand side, the red writing looks a little blown out. But when you actually transfer over onto the white, I've chose to show you the grey for the moment. But if you go over onto the white, that changes and it's fine. But I thought you can't really see the white very well on a white background. But hopefully some of you might like that. But yes, as I said, there is other stuff in the works. This isn't a quick process for me to have to change stuff around, because I basically have to remake the t-shirts. And yeah, I thought you might like it. Anyway, so yes, that was a quick word from today's sponsor, me. So there we go. Now I feel like I've fulfilled my contractual obligations. To me? Yes. Any money that is raised from buying any of these t-shirts will of course be put back into the stream. It'll be a case of going towards buying equipment, buying a better laptop or anything like that. So yeah, it's not like I'm just hoarding your pennies. Maybe one day, but today is not that day. Richie Wong says, "Where is the Chan?"
I'm here.
Actually,
I'm just working.
Yeah, well, Chan is always working. I think this is a standard that we need to come to accept by this point. That Chan is always working. Christine Messon says, "You couldn't fill a slam pod completely, so paint was rattling around inside, and inside of them intended to crack." Yeah, I would imagine that did happen, especially when the JT slam pods, as I understand it, they were supposed to be being brought in as a alternative to normal pods, something that would be faster to use. Which I realise that from the few people I've heard of that actually used them, they weren't really faster to use. You had to line them up, line them up and lock them in place, and then load them, and then pull it back out. And I think there was strings on them or something that had a habit of snapping, or there might be an elastic. As well as that, obviously, yes, like you're saying, you couldn't fill them up properly. I have never heard that one before, but it actually makes complete sense. At least, I suppose you wouldn't be able to fill them up without something that would be custom made to fill them up. As a result, they just weren't a popular product, and like you said, paint would crack in them as you were running around. But imagine that it was also very rattly. I know there's a lot of players have a habit of underfilling pods when they go out and playing, and it is a very distinctive rattle when you hear players running across the field with that it's like a baby rattle following them everywhere that they're going, and then you can hear them coming a mile off. Good evening there, Colin. Thank you very much for dropping in. Feel free to drop into the Discord server. Richie, Jesus, Colin's here. Time to log off. The offer still stands. If anybody would like to join, to come into the chat, just join the Discord server and let us know. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just having a quick look around here to make sure I haven't missed anything. But yeah, if somebody does want to join in, I guess I wanted tonight to try and see if we could do it a little bit like a chat show, like a radio chat show, and have some people drop in and drop out and stuff. People are welcome to try that. Yeah, we'll only know if it works if we try it. Right. So, is there anything else that anyone would like to talk about? I've just seen Albert's message there that he's just getting in from work. So, oh, his new boss is already working him hard. Oh, I hope he's loving it. Well, anyway then, it seems that Colin mustn't be able to join the chat, or no, my luck, he'll probably join just as I shut anything down. I think since we've come to a quiet point in the stream, unless anybody actually has anything else that they would like to talk about, then I'll probably bring this to an end. So, Chan, have you got anything?
No, not really.
Fair enough. Oof! Oh, I banged my knee.
No, don't think so.
Yeah.
Just as whether it's a consequence of the stream or not, I've had more grips booked in.
Awesome. Well, I would like to think that it is a consequence of me talking about them on stream, so I'll take a cut of that.
All right.
Hey, you know. Work hard, play hard. That's fantastic to hear. Can you share any details with me? I'm not asking for names. I'm not asking for exactly what they're doing. But have you got like any colours and that they've specifically asked for? Anything that could inspire someone else?
Not as yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
No.
Fair enough. So at the moment, it's just I want some grips made, but I'm not exactly sure what I want yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nah, that's fair enough. We're all going to start somewhere when we decide we want something. Richie, I'm not gone yet. Proteus masks are a little bit more complicated to take apart. I'm not sure what game the shell is from in this mask. I'm hoping that's you filing something, Chan.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. It's you filing something good. Anyway, so yes. I think we are now at the point then where we will end the stream. Because I think considering we started this with nothing really to talk about, I think we've done quite well. But Ben says that the CS2 Pro has an aluminium tip over carbon. But the HK CS2 has the same as standard CS2, but has fancy milling for $1,800. So
thank you.
the CS2 Pro is $50 more, has 3 inserts, and comes with 2 styles of trigger. Why do you need 2 styles of trigger?
Because it's more.
Why?
I don't know.
Richie Wong says Uncut Flex 8 masks are a bugger to take the frames out of. Yes, indeed they are, but they're still not as hard as the full JT head shields to take the frames out of. But yes, so thank you very much for the information on that one there, Ben. It's I can't believe how much I know we're still not paying as much as some people used to pay for high-end markers, but still, like $1,800 for a marker. It's just, I can't even imagine spending that much money on a marker. I'll wait until like 2030 and I'll buy one second hand. Ask Chan to mech it for us at that point. Yeah. Anyway, right, so yeah, guys, it has been a pleasure to sit and talk to you all. Ben says one's black, one's blade trigger, one's the S shape. Gives the buyer choice. Yeah, I understand the give the buyer choice sort of thing, but I think having 2 triggers, it just seems a little bit unnecessary to have to sell the marker with 2 separate, 2 different triggers.
Yeah, I know, but it's the Pro package, so
yeah,
it's basically all the extras that you would end up buying for a standard one.
Yeah.
So kind of like what Vanguard did, but actually useful because nobody needed a bottle opener and
that was anodized in Aurora.
yeah, like it's stuff that's actually useful for the market.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. But anyway, right. Well, I think that is where I'm going to end it tonight. So it has been a pleasure to have you on, Chan. It's been a pleasure to to sit and talk to all you lot tonight, as always. And I hope that I will see you again on Monday for the Technical Problem broadcast. I'm also hoping that myself, Chandyman, Albert, and Colin will all be on together again, and that we might actually be able to do a full stream of all of it together. If not, then I'm sure. Yes, friends. If not, then yes, some of you will be here, some of you won't be, and that's quite common. But yes. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves. I've enjoyed talking to you. My name is Dexter. I have been joined by...
My name's Jeff.
Where can we find you, Jeff?
In the place.
In the place.
The Chandyman, Northern Custom Works.
Fantastic. Right, so thank you very much for joining us, guys. It has been a pleasure, as always. And I shall see you all next time. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.